Hello everyone, today we'll be taking a look at a campaign expansion for the Blade Runner role-playing game from Free League Publishing as we check out the Fiery Angels. Alright then, Blade Runner, the RPG, Case File 2, Fiery Angels. Here we have somebody administering a voice comp test on the front. This is, like I say, the second case file. Case File 1 is Electric Sheep, which is actually in the core starter set. So it is the first case file plus a cut down version of the rules. Fiery angels rose, and as they rose, deep thunder rolled around their shores, indignant burning with the fires of Orc. William Blake. So this contains an entire campaign for the Blade Runner RPG. It's set in 2037, so it's set between the original film and the sequel. And people can investigate and explore it to their heart's content. In here, you will start off with a suspect trying to infiltrate Wallace Corporation memory vaults, which leads them down a perilous path, exploring the boundaries of replicant technology and its consequences. It contains handouts, the book, manila folder to keep everything in, and some colour cards and maps. So if I open the box itself is a really nice, sturdy, high gloss finish. We have a little catalogue of the other things that come out of Free League, which I can play the Own It, Want It, Got It game, which they have quite a lot. They also publish for the likes of Stockholm Cartel, Morkborg, and Symbarum. Interesting fantasy game. You have the packet of forbidden sugar. Here we have our character cards, and then main book and our folder along with our handouts. So we'll take a look at the book first. I have to be careful that I don't go through too much and give it all away. So Case File 2 is approximately 60 pages long. The book itself has a very in-world feel. So you can see it's as much a handout as the handouts are, giving you the brief as the GM on where people are going to be going and the locations they're going to see, and interesting little, I mean, you really shouldn't watch that if you're going to be playing, but a mapped flowchart, I suppose. So it is not a linear campaign. Technically, you can branch off and come at things from several different directions depending on how your investigators pick up clues and move from place to place. They may place more weight on some clues than others. The cards are standard playing card size. That's a really nice finish on those. Like a satin finish or a waxed finish, so a little bit repellent. Blade Runner Fiery Angels. I thought it might have been the artist's name on it, but it's not. Deputy Chief Holden, a younger man. McCoy, Quell, Neander Wallace. Got a lot to answer for. Probably. We don't know. Coco, Dave the Smallchin. You'll know him from a lot of films. Locktang. I wonder if he made eyes. So, a nice set of the NPCs that people will encounter, because it's good to put a face to the name, I suppose. We have 2 large fold-out maps, and then we have 5 smaller maps, and these are, that really annoyed people. These are, again, the same sort of wax finish, nicely detailed, and has that very cyberpunk feel. You know, your blueprints are more black than blue, but very neat and easy to read. Are these larger ones double-sided? They are not. It just tells you who they belong to on the back. you too can visit the executive suite at Wallace Corporation. If I pop this, just say LAPD, Replicant Detective, or Rep Detect. Something lurking in the bottom there, another handout. Yes. So these are all our handouts are inside the manila folder, which I will not show you because they may be game breaking. But these are actually high gloss, presumably because these are going to be handled constantly by your players, and as such need something to be able to wipe them clean of pizza. And alongside those, there's also reprinted versions of the newspaper sheet that you've seen inside that GM's guide. You can visit Runsitter's Zoological, get yourself an owl, maybe get yourself a snake. Okay, so that's a brief overview then of the contents of the box. Obviously, Free League do really good quality RPG books and materials, so they always try and form it in world as much as they can, or make the production match what you would expect. So cyberpunk, film noir, all crisp, nice, hard sci-fi feel to everything, which is delightful. The system itself uses their Year Zero system with some tweaks. So Year Zero is a dice pool game where 6s are success. However, in Blade Runner, you also have access to D8, D10, and D12. Because some people are not people, some people are replicants, and you also have equipment that can help you. So when you come to make a roll, rather than in another Free League game like Vesen, or well, any of them really, Mutant Year Zero, where you roll a handful of D6 and you need a 6 to be a success. This time round, you're rolling a set of dice. You still need 6s to be successes, but higher also counts. So a replicant with strength of D12 will obviously pass more often on a strength test than some human with only a single D6 in there instead. If you happen to get high numbers, so if you get a 10 on a D10 or 11 or 12, 10, 11 or 12 on a D12, they count as 2 successes. So whenever they use the Mutant Year Zero engine, they always adapt it in some way, so it's not just a reskin of one rule set constantly. They make it fit the genre and game that they want to portray. So interesting concept behind it. I am looking forward to playing this once we clear Electric Dreams. But yeah, so that is the Blade Runner RPG, Fiery Angels. So there we have it, the second of the case files for the Blade Runner RPG, the first obviously being in the core box, Fiery Angels. Once again, another stunning set from Free League. The quality is absolutely top-notch. And the fact that they will change components to fit the RPG is very interesting as well. Obviously, they have a range of different fantasy and sci-fi genres now. Various IPs, their own, and licensed properties. But it feels like tech-noir sci-fi. It feels Blade Runner-ish in the way the components have been put together, the color choices, and even the materials. Whereas maybe Dragonbane or Symbaroum feel a little more papery and period, if that makes sense. I love what they do. I really can't wait to get this one on the table, but my group still hasn't got through the first case file, so it'll be a while. This will gather a bit of dust on my shelf, unfortunately, until we manage to get there, but it's absolutely superb, and it'll be fascinating to see where the Replicant Rebellion goes with the next set of case files, which is a very different proposition indeed, but worth checking out Fiery Angels if you've got Blade Runner. It's a great way to take your group into a new direction. Let me know what you think. I'm going to move on. Bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe? And remember, to ding or dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.